Yeah.
So tell us about the training session you had with the winner from Animal House.
Well, we basically we went through the crate routine,
Right.
and I've got her logging all the housebreaking stuff as well because that was another issue.
Right.
And essentially, I showed her how to discipline the barking from the crate, and of course, we tried it, and it worked beautifully.
Excellent.
What type of dog was this?
It's a little Westie Poo.
Okay. Now, Mike, are the Westie Poos, are they prone to separation anxiety? Or
No, poodles sometimes I think are very
Do you know what?
dependent animals. It depends. Every animal's different, right, Peter? I mean, I don't.
And most anxieties, like 99% of anxieties, are learned behavior.
Right. Yeah.
So if it's learned behavior, it's not breed specific.
Right.
Okay. There are some breeds that really
Are anxious by nature.
And if that be the case, then typically you may want to go the medical side.
Right.
But for all the other ones that are taught, it's the humans that need to change their system and their pattern and their routine.
so when you were training the dog today, tell me about the progress. Was progress made?
Progress is always instant with dog training. It either works immediately or you are not doing it correctly.
There you go. So it's not like dieting or anything.
No, not at all. It's like teaching children. They get it right away, or you're not doing it right.
So give me an example of something that happened.
You never
today.
blame the student; you blame the teacher.
You got it.
So give me an example of a couple of things that you did today in terms
Well,
of
after
training
we
this.
defeated the barking from the crate issue, then we took the dog outside and did a walking on a loose leash issue. Because when I pulled in, I saw the daughter being pulled down the street by Chelsea. So we did a little walking on a loose leash right there out in the driveway, and again, within minutes, the dog was walking beside me on a loose leash, following me wherever I go.
Wow.
Yes.
There's something that I say to everybody: if you were lost in a forest, you would not follow someone else that looked lost.
Right. You'd look for You'd follow someone who obviously knew where they were going.
And it wouldn't matter how tall or short they were, or if they were man or woman, or what color they were. It wouldn't make any difference. If they knew where they were going, you would follow them.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole point. Dogs do not follow people that are lost in a forest.
Yeah. They don't follow followers. They follow leaders.
Exactly.
Right?
And unless you're the lead dog, your view never changes.
Right.
It's the wolf pack mentality.
That's it. You're always looking at bums.
The pack mentality. So I'm excited to see this any future stuff that goes on.
Yeah,
with
I
the
think
Perseverance.
I'm going to go back next week and give a little second update and see how their progress is going, and
Awesome.
move on from there. So.
Excellent. So let's go back to separation anxiety in general in dogs.
Yeah, sure.
What I said is what I see is that typically what you see as the main source of the learned, I said, essentially people spoil them to the point where they don't create any independence whatsoever.
Yeah, I totally agree.
and-
Talking goes along with that.
Yes.
If you're always constantly talking to your dog is going to start being barky and loud because that's how it thinks you want to communicate.
Right. Yeah.
So, you teach your dog how they're going to act
Right.
in your home.
Yes.
Now, in terms of medication, at what point, Peter, do you go into a situation, you say, you know what, there's only so much I can do in this case. I think it's going to be a joint combination of obedience, and definitely there's going to be some medication. You should go see Dr. Mike as he gives medication away.
Every case is on a specific basis. I find cases that have been going on for a long, long time. I get people that call me and say they've been dealing with this for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, at least you're quick on the draw to deal with the situation.
They're at their wits' end. I mean, it's literally, you fix it or I'm going to put the dog down, right? I mean, that's typically what those are.
These people are not just going to need medication and training for the dog. They're going to need medication for themselves.
Absolutely.
If they're not on it already. So, but, that's the typical. If it's gone on for a long time, sometimes the medication part can really balance the training part.
Right. Yeah, all it does is really help them. In me, like a drug like clomipramine, Clomicom, is a great drug. It doesn't do anything to the dog other than bring him out of enough of an anxiety state where they listen to the behavior modification, where they're more amenable to the behavioral modification. It doesn't stop the behavior from happening. You have to make it happen, but it's a lot easier to make it happen when they're actually wanting to listen. Some dogs get so anxious they literally can't even listen to what the trainer's trying to say because they're just beyond themselves.
And if it's because that dog hasn't been fixed yet, you know, I look at owners all the time that tell me, oh, I don't want to fix my male dog. And I look them straight in the eye, and I say, you know, unless you really care about this dog, you got to fix him.
Right.
You know, because if you let him go without it, he's going to eventually suffer. And how is he going to listen to you when he's so horny he's going to kick the taillights off a dumpster?
There you go.
There's no way he's going to listen to you.
Yeah.
His anxiety level is going to be so high, you know. I mean, I didn't listen to my mom when I was 17 either.
There you go. Good one, Peter. True, though. You know, it's we laugh, and yet it's totally true.
Yeah. Every 6 months, the dog's, you know, going to basically be completely uncontrollable. I've seen dogs scale a 10-foot fence. You know, that
To get
urge
a
to
female
breed
heat, yes.
is unpowered, or, you know, there's nothing that overpowers it.
It's true enough.